A trip to the Sweet 16 on the line. The number 1 seed South Carolina Gamecocks host the 9th-seeded Indiana Hoosiers here at Colonial Life Arena.
Gives it back to Sellers in the near corner. It's going to post up Sandvik, takes her to the block, fires it over the top, and rattles it home. From 8 feet, a tough bucket for Cheyenne Sellers. Now it's off to Nisley with 2 at the top of the key with 1. Got to throw something up, banks it in. Oh, what a miraculous shot from Logan Nisley. But really struggled at the beginning of this season. 157 on the year right now. The first pitch to him is crushed down to left center field. Back it goes near the wall. It's out of here. Jason Oliver. His second home run of the year.
Neepkins drives down the lane against Moore McNeil. Lays it up with the left hand. It didn't even hit the rim. Moore McNeil, baseball pass ahead to Chesky, who lays it in with the left hand. Oh, what a beautiful dime dropped by Chloe Moore McNeil. A near full court pass, and Indiana leads by 9. Timeout, Utah.
Matthew Fisher tries to kick it up with the right foot and ends up with Sarver. And now Weiss cutting inside the box, fires a shot, scores! Justin Weiss has his second as a Hoosier. It's 5 straight games with a brace for Indiana. Tibiasu drives on the baseline, draws 2. Schmeichel, corner pocket 3. You bet! Kayleen Schmeichel.
Harmony Turner coming off more screens. Left wing overhead pass to Glenn. Right to left cross against Parrish. Drives in lane, stops. Kept her pivot foot and fades away and hits the jumper. Oh, Assembly Hall not happy about that no call. Back to Barger. Lined up with the 18-yard box. Sarver has it. Will spin. Fire right foot. Shot and hit the post. Oh, it draws iron. Sarver again in the closing minutes for an Indiana elimination game. Draws iron. We're still tied at 1 with 4:45 to go.
Hanley's ahead 3-1. The pitch. Swinging away. Fly ball. Down the third base line into foul territory. Rell goes over and sets the left fielder. Garris sliding and making the catch in foul territory. 2 seconds to go as Prince crosses half court. Got a fire on the run. Hit it! Brett Prince hit a fadeaway 3. Tibiasu guarded by Chesky. Will get the screen. Between the legs dribble. Steps back for 3. Got it!
10 minutes on the clock. The tip is won by South Carolina, and we are underway with Raven Johnson taking it up for the Gamecocks. Pow attacking against Moore McNeil. She stops, kicks it to the left wing to Johnson. He's going to feed it inside. Here's Fagan, posted up against Striplin. To the basket, got rejected, and it stays with South Carolina. So Caroline Striplin holding her own defensively on the first possession.
Yeah, and that's going to be huge. Caroline Striplin and Lily Meister have to be solid for Indiana. They can't get in early foul trouble in this game, or else Indiana's going to be on the wrong side of things.
Here's Pow, kicks it out to Kitts, fakes a 3, now takes a long 2-point jumper, and Moore McNeil has the rebound. Indiana will take a 20-foot shot from Chloe Kitts. Here's Yarden Garza on the left wing, passes near corner to Parrish. Drops inside to Striplin. Back up top to Garzone, 20 on the shot clock. Crowd getting loud here, Colonial Life Arena. Garzone splits the double team, kicks it out near corner. Parrish, 3-pointer on the way, short. Chloe Kitts has the rebound. Really nice play by Garzone, but Parrish couldn't pay it off. Now going the other way are the Gamecocks. Hall, and they cycle it around to Pow. Behind the back dribble, she regains possession. Bree Hall guarded by Chesky. That's a big height advantage. Kicks it out to Fagan. Short corner jumper, a little bit too strong. That was an 18-footer. Garzone waiting for Chesky to go up the floor and then gives her the ball on the near wing. Chloe Moore McNeil fakes a 3-pointer. Stops at the free throw line. Now Parrish is going to try to attack on the right arc. Back it goes to Moore McNeil, 15 on the shot clock. Straightaway 3, air ball. Way short from Moore McNeil on the 3-point shot. So no score with 8:33 left in the first quarter.
To go back to that first possession, Adam, that's the type of shots Indiana can't afford to miss. Sydney Parrish all alone in the corner. You have to knock those down. That's how you win this game if you're IU.
Kitts passes to Bree Hall, who will attack, and now Fagan, who's not a 3-point shooter, passes off to Pow, attacks, drops it back to Fagan. Elbow jumper, comes up short. Sydney Parrish, good box out. Keeping Kitts off the glass. Chesky takes it back the other way, gets a Striplin screen. Will attack, drive down the lane, rejected by Fagan, and it's off Chesky. Chesky went streaking down the lane, diagonal angle towards the right side of the basket, tried to lay it up, It was rejected and then hit her leg out of bounds to South Carolina. 8:05 to play, still no score.
That's not a terrible shot. That's a shot that we see a lot from Chesky in transition. It's just the size advantage that South Carolina has that makes that shot not a very good one in this stylistic matchup.
Chloe Kitts has it against Parrish. Now Raven Johnson posted up on Chesky, will flip it right over the top and score the first basket of the game. 2-0 South Carolina, 7:45 to play. Easy right-hand jump hook for Raven Johnson. Indiana looking to get on the scoreboard. Here's Garzone on the left wing. She'll stop, she'll work against Hall. Couple of drill moves, into the paint she goes. She fades away and hits. Yarden Garzone ties the game at 2. 2 minutes and 30 seconds into the first quarter. Raven Johnson hands to Pow Pow, and it's a moving screen against Johnson. She was trying to hand it to Pow Pow. Moore McNeil was hit by the hip of Johnson, and it's a turnover for South Carolina. That's their first. 2-2. 7:22 to go in the first quarter. Arizona Stripling at the top. Now on the left wing, it's Moore McNeil. Chesky flying around a screen. He's going to fake a free throw line jumper. Is guarded tightly by Pow Pow, and it's deflected by Johnson. Ends up with Moore McNeil back up top. He's going to see 2. And now he's going to drive against Fagan to the short corner. Stops. Chesky with 5 on the shot clock. Will pull up from the free throw line. It's rejected by Pow Pow. Oh, what a defensive recovery by Tahina Pow Pow. Now in transition. Trying to post up Fagan. It's taken away by Parrish. Couple of nice back-to-back defensive plays. One from each team. We're tied at 2. 6:40 to go in the first quarter. Moore McNeil has it up top. That's a moving screen against Stripling. And Indiana base cannot afford again to foul trouble.
Immediately, Caroline Stripling, after that moving screen, looked over to Terry Morin, and Terry Morin said, hey, be stable, and that's what she has to do. They swap now. Caroline Stripling goes to the bench. Meister comes in for the game, but look, Indiana been somewhat composed at the beginning, but you can see the rattling moving on for Indiana.
And it's going to be Joyce Edwards checking in for South Carolina as well. The Gatorade National Player of the Year, the freshman from Camden, South Carolina. Pow Pow works to the elbow into the paint. Now bounces into Kitts, who's going to turn around. Meister lays it up, but it comes up short, gets it back, and it stays with South Carolina as it was stripped out of bounds. On the second chance effort, that was Chesky underneath the basket. So Pow Pow will trigger in. 6:20 to play in the first quarter. We're tied at 2. Pow Pow will toss it into Joyce Edwards. Now he's going to post up against Meister. He's going to take her down to the block. Sees 2. She walked. Sydney Parrish, really good double team. And Indiana also used the baseline as really a third defender there.
You took the words out of my mouth, Adam. Great recognition by Parrish to immediately understand the trouble that Meister was in and bring on that double team.
Chesky will hand to Garzone on the left arc. Garzone, couple of crossovers, got by Edwards to the rim, is rejected by Pow Power's second block. Right at the cup, in transition, Bree Hall fakes the three-pointer, drives inside, floats in the paint. It's a little bit too strong. Rebound for Kitts, can't lay it up and in. Back out to Hall. A third chance opportunity for South Carolina. Something that Terry Morin harped on in her pregame press conference. Gotta keep South Carolina off the glass. One of the best rebounding teams in the nation. Pow Pow guarded tightly by Chesky with 5 on the shot clock. Down to Edwards, now back up top to Kitts. Hall threes, the shot clock expires, she drains it. Bree Hall all net, and South Carolina has a 5-2 lead. 5:20 to go in the first quarter. Moore McNeil finds Parrish, right wing 3, well short, it barely grazed the rim. Pow Pow has the rebound. Here is Bree Hall. Was the only three-pointer of this game so far. Pow Pow, couple of crossovers, pulls up for 3, banked it in! And she gave a shrug to the crowd. Tahini Pow Pow gives South Carolina a 7-2 lead. They call it a long 2. Indiana hasn't scored for 2.5 minutes. 4:45 to play in the first quarter. Garzone has it up top, calls for a Meister screen, rejects the screen into the paint, will pull up over Hall, bricks it off the rim, rebound is won by Joyce Edwards in the battle with Meister. Raven Johnson up the floor, left side, drives underneath the basket, now finds Edwards at the free throw line, fakes against Parrish, who pulled the chair on her, and Lily Meister takes it away. Smart veteran play from Sidney Parrish. Moore McNeil attacks in transition down the lane, lays it up and in, and one with the right hand. Chloe Moore McNeil explosive to the cup, and Indiana trails 7-4 with a free throw to come. 4:17 to go in the first quarter. Welcome back to Bart Kaufman Field. Adam Oppenheim alongside Nick Rodecap. 6, 7, 8 in the lineup for Michigan State. Noah Bright, Parker Pico, Jake Dresselhaus looking to get any momentum after Indiana tacked on 3 more runs in the bottom of the third. They lead it 10-1 here in the top of the fourth. Grant Holderfield on the mound after he recorded the last 2 outs of the top of the third, which Michigan State tallied their only run of the game. First pitch misses high, ball 1. Noah Bright, 1 for 1, had a single in the second. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. It's on the ground through the left side, base hit. Nick, that's what Michigan State needs, runners to get aboard, and especially a leadoff runner on.
You think back to how USC came back from down 9 to beat Indiana in the series finale last week. It was just a lot of free bases, a lot of sustained production. Just find ways to keep the lineup moving and run Indiana's pitch counts up. You've got to get deep into this bullpen, get to guys who are uncomfortable in high-leverage situations, but in order to do that, you have to compete, and it's tough when you're down 9.
First pitch in to Pico is in for a strike. And you're going to need a lot of help from the Indiana pitching staff, not throwing strikes as well. This Michigan State team, they're a pretty good hitting team, but they're not going to string together hits like Indiana can up and down the lineup. The 0-1 pitch with a runner on first, swing and a miss, strike 2. Indiana scored 5 in the first, 2 in the second, 3 in the third. 10 runs on 7 hits, including a grand slam by Caleb Koski in the first inning. First career home run. The 0-2 pitch, line drive left field. It's going to drop in front of Devin Taylor. The first 2 are aboard for the Spartans in the fourth.
And that's the kind of start you want to this inning if you're Michigan State. A lot of solid contact, a couple hard hit balls through the left side. And now if you're Indiana, it becomes the game of, okay, that's great, but, Indiana's still up 9. How long do you go with Grant Holderfield? Michigan State maybe strings a couple more together, starts scoring some runs, then I think you might have to get the bullpen active because you've shown already that you cannot be trusted to hold a 9-run lead against a conference opponent.
And one of Indiana's best relievers, Cole Gilly, threw 4 innings in the first game, in a game that I guess Jeff Mercer wanted to put his best reliever in just in case they blew that lead.
Well, and he talks about it, you win today. You take care of the game in front of you, and then you worry about what's coming next when you get there.
I guess that's true, but you would think you would feel comfortable. I guess it might have been like 11-2. That point is a bunt attempt is fouled back by Dresselhaus. First pitch was also a strike, so it's 0-2.
Yeah, and it is tough because you play the series opener on a Sunday afternoon, and then you finish it up with a Monday doubleheader. It seems like there are no right answers when it comes to managing a pitching staff through a schedule like this.
0-2. Holderfield to Dresselhaus. The pitch in there for strike 3. An off-speed pitch. Caught Dresselhaus looking, and there's 1 down in the fourth.
That's a big first out for Holderfield. The strikeout obviously prevents the runners from having a chance to advance. And also it means you're a pitch away from getting out of the inning. You roll up a double play, which Indiana has been wont to do, and you're back in the dugout. Definitely the right guy for the job here in Dayton Murphy, a guy who's hitting $125 and up until earlier today really hadn't done anything at the plate this season.
It was a deep fly ball to left field as he swings through the first pitch. Hit 87, strike 1. But first extra base hit of the year. It's a pretty good time for him to try to come alive. The Michigan State lineup was just dreadful, especially the bottom half in the first game. The bottom 5 in the lineup did not record a hit. And it was 5 hits for the top 4 in the lineup. 1-1 on Murphy. Bright on second. Pico on first. 1-1 on Murphy with 1 out. Holderfield, a look towards second, comes home. Off-speed pitch is in for a strike.
Seeing a healthy dose of sliders here from Holderfield to the right-handed hitter, Dayton Murphy. Everything's low, everything's away, trying to get him to roll over.
Indiana would love a double play ball to get out of this inning. 1-2 pitch comes home, misses inside. This feels like it's Michigan State's chance to get back into this game. I mean, it's only the 4th inning, but you're also down 10-1. And if the runner runs the game in 7, this would be an opportunity you look back on and say, could have been able to put up some runs in this inning. 2-2 pitch, outside corner, strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts looking. He went back to the slider, and Murphy's down on strikes.
You know, you just talked about the run rule. This is shaping up increasingly like game 1. Michigan State's pitching staff has not shown any sort of ability to get a shutdown inning. And then on the other side, back-to-back singles to start the inning, and then your next 2 hitters both strike out looking. That's just, you've got to at least swing the bat.
And you just saw that same slider that was in a similar location. Now we'll bring up the top of the lineup, and Nick Williams takes the first pitch inside, ball 1. He had an RBI single his last time up, and then was thrown out second by TJ Schuyler on the bases. 1-0 on Williams, first and second, 2 outs. That one's off the glove of Schuyler, and both runners are going to advance, so now 2 in scoring position. Right to third, Pico to second.
Oh, I don't know if maybe Schuyler got crossed up. Didn't receive it cleanly. That should go in the books as a pass ball. Now it makes it a little bit more interesting because obviously with 2 outs, a base hit's going to score 2 with the runners taking off on contact.
And Holderfield is behind Williams. 2-0. No one in the bullpen for Indiana. The 2-0 pitch. Inside corner, strike 1.
That's a tough 2-0 pitch. An elevated front door slider. That's not high on the list of pitches I would expect to see in a 2-0 count.
And most of the times these collegiate hitters are sitting on fastballs. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. Another slider that's way outside. He is relying really heavily on the slider.
Yeah, clearly Holderfield's plan against the opposite-handed hitters as a left-handed pitcher is to throw these sliders and try to get them to roll over. But if it's missing in the other box or if it's missing up, it's tougher to do that.
And it could be a danger zone, especially if you hang one of them. Nick Williams, 5 long balls on the year. Takes the 3-1 in for a strike. Was starting to walk towards first base. Usually hitters sometimes just try to do that to influence the call behind the plate.
If anything, I think it would make it go more in the pitcher's favor.
It's Rick Allen behind the plate. Full count with 2 outs. The pitch. Ground ball to the shortstop, Malmazian. Throws to first in time. And Grant Holderfield gets out of the inning with a fist pump. Indiana still in control. We head to the bottom of the 4th. Indiana leads Michigan State 10-1. You're listening to Indiana Baseball on WIUX.